You put me here on this platform to tell the truth. Speak to me when I be speaking to the youth.
Yo, welcome to the Question Mindset Podcast, home for building a 6, 7, 8 multi-figure mindset through the power of a question. I'm your host, Olivier, or better known as Oliver J. Darcis. Now you know, we're here to help you understand and dissect the major aspects of life so you can put what we talk about into practice so you can find your flow and perform on a high level. I'm kind of excited today. I got my man here. This guy is a philanthropist. This guy is an entrepreneur. This guy wears many hats. I can't really. I'm learning new hats that he's been wearing. From being honest with you, so Don, tell the people who you are, what you do, things like that. I'm excited to have you here today.
Man, first of all, it's a pleasure being here. When you reached out to me, I thought it was a no-brainer. I felt your vibe when I first met you. To everyone, my name is Don Philippe, a.k.a. Don P. 1/3 of the big three, half of F&D. I say it everywhere I go. I say it loud and proud. And the big three is my marketing company, to which I have two other partners. Shout out to Duke, shout out to Chris. Those are my brothers from another mother. And then obviously I have my clothing store. You see I'm repping the brand right now, F&D. That's my blood brother. Shout out to Frank. And it's only me and him. We own that business. So those are two main businesses that I concentrate on right now, my marketing and obviously my clothing brand.
So I'm learning something new. I know you told me you mentioned the big three with me when the first time we met, but I guess I only know about you and your brother who started F&D.
Right.
Tell me more about the marketing side because I'm just learning about that.
Okay, the marketing side, well, I've been doing events for the last 13, 14 years.
Oh, okay. So
And
I thought that was associated with the F&D.
No, actually, it's two different companies.
Oh, wow. Okay,
Yes.
that's something new. Okay,
Yes.
got you.
Two totally different companies, to which the only common denominator and the liaison is me. So it's one company, which is F&D, like I said, it's owned by me and my brother, Frank. And the other company is my marketing company, to which we do a lot of upscale events throughout the city. You name it, we've done it before, from networking events, pool parties, rooftop parties, fundraisers, all of that. And right now, our signature event is a weekly event called Beyond Brunch Sundays, to which we started 8 years ago. And that's the event that's really put us on the map. Of
Really?
all the events we've done, that's the one that's given us a staple throughout this community. So for those folks that see this video right now and they recognize me, chances are they recognize me from doing that brunch.
Okay, definitely.
Yeah.
So about on the marketing side, because I want to dive a little deep on your businesses, and then I want to dive deep into your journey
Okay.
and your mindsets that you kind of develop along that journey. So the marketing side, do you do it just for yourself? Do you market other people's events? Tell people more. How does that business work if they wanted to tap in and connect with you on that side?
Okay, from the marketing standpoint, we don't consider ourselves promoters. We first started off, we
Okay.
were promoters. And still to this day, a lot of people refer to us as promoters.
I mean, because you're
And
doing the events.
yeah, and I don't correct them. What we do is we hire promoters. Just like you talk about scaling and outsourcing things, we hire promoters. We hire other folks. We come up with the ideas and we hire them, and we're not experts at everything. You understand what I'm saying? So we find someone who's an expert. We know we need DJs, so we hire some of the best DJs throughout the city. We know we need this. So we got a catalog of things. I mean, everything from interior decorator. So when we go to said company, or when they come to us because they want us to market things for them, we let them know we're a full-fledged marketing company. You're going to get an email blast with a minimum of 50,000 folks being reached out. Text blast. You're going to be on the radios. You're going to be, if you need mobile, we could be on mobile trucks. We have access to all of this to help companies grow, so that's why we're no longer in the promotion business, if you know what I mean. That's why we're a marketing company. So we've gone to the point where we understand how this works and we know how to market anything. Tell us what it need to be marketed. We know how to market anything.
So say somebody were to come up to you, be like, my business is this. I want to work with you on that aspect. How would that synergy really work? You would just understand what type of business they do, and you figure out
Obviously,
how that works as far as the synergy, or
right. I will have to understand what it is you want. That's probably the most important question. And I love the name of your show, the question mindset.
Yeah.
First question I want to ask you is, what do you want? You'll be amazed at how many people have businesses and don't know what they want.
Mm.
I can't help you if you don't know what you want. Once I understand what you want, what your needs are, and stuff like that, good. From there, I know how to service you.
Okay.
I know how to, incorporate your wins.
Okay.
Once I get a win for you, it's gonna be a win for me.
Oh yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So I don't put my win in the forefront. And I was telling you a little bit about myself when I first started. Not a lot of people know I do have a real estate license. That inactive because of all the other businesses, but I can recall when I first started, we got our license. We was at Caldwell Banker, and I can't remember the guy's name right now. And it's probably about 12 new agents. We all happy. We're signing our
Yeah. The
contracts,
butterfly
butterflies,
season.
and mind you, I'm dating myself. This is 2003. Yeah. So if you know anything about the market then, it was really like money was about to fall out the sky. We just didn't know it.
Yeah.
So it was like the best time to get into to real estate.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, this guy pulls me and say, "Hey, I want to talk to you." And he pans the room, and we look at the room, and he literally says, "Look at all these agents. They literally think money's going to fall out the sky right now. I'm going to tell you this because it seems like you're the only one that will probably take this information, but however, you do with it what you must." And he said, before you make money in this business and any business you get into, help someone else make money first. And then sit back and watch what happens. He said, everybody there, they're trying to make money and put money in their pockets. He said, you help somebody put money in their pocket and then watch what happens. And I promise you, the first deal I did, I sacrificed my commission because the person was not going to be able to close.
Wow.
And I sacrificed my commission so that person was able to close. Because I also had a 9 to 5.
Yeah. So
I just wanted the experience of saying that I closed the deal.
Yeah.
That person ended up giving me almost 10 customers.
Made up for everything. I'm not gonna
Oh
lie.
my God.
The average realtor sells 3 to
Yeah.
5 homes, so
Right.
you're already above average.
And this was
following
like
that one
out the
guidance.
gate, this was happening to me. So you can imagine. So I've always incorporated that mindset with everything I do. Help someone else make money first before I make money. And then I sit back and you see it. It's even said in the word, you help someone, you get it back tenfold. You know
Definitely.
what I'm saying? It's almost like the exact same thing he was telling me.
I received that information. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So that's how you work with somebody on the marketing side. Now,
Right.
on F&D, I know with most brands and clothing brands, they have a lifestyle catered to it. So tell people more or less. Like I'm gonna have pictures of your catalog up there, so
Right,
they see what it is. But tell people the lifestyle behind F&D and the brand in itself.
Pretty much what we did is, like you said, I'm glad you asked about the lifestyle. We wanted to incorporate this image of a winning lifestyle. See, similar to like Jordan. When you think of the Jordan brand, it symbolizes championship.
Oh,
It
yeah.
symbolizes winning.
Yeah.
That's why you wear it. You wear it because, winners wear this. And that's the lifestyle we want to, obviously expose to everybody. But ours is the hardworking man. That, believe it or not, anybody can do this as long as you put the mind to it.
Yeah.
So that's why our motto is like it, love it, wear it, be the change.
I like that.
That's it. Like it, love it, wear it, be the change.
Be the change.
And people don't realize it really just takes one person to make a change.
Yeah,
You know.
whether you're in church, whether you're
Everything.
takes one person. Once
One
If
person.
you impact one person, it's gonna compound after that.
Think of our leaders. They all started just by themselves going. Even, I hate to even say it, even the corrupt leaders, you think about like Adolf Hitler or something like
Yeah.
this. These folks started as individuals and just spreading the message it was a horrible message, but just to one person at a time.
They know how to market.
you
They
know.
know how to.
They just was marking that word.
That's fact.
You just think about it. And, I also love telling this story. Everybody now knows Nelly.
Mm-hmm.
I remember going to a comedy show and not only Nelly, I got this story for Nelly and I got this story about Plies.
Mm.
I remember when they gave me their CDs. They were standing in front of clubs. just passing out the CDs for
Oh,
free.
like Nelly. Like, you
Nelly,
remember him giving you,
Nelly
wow.
passed it out. He was giving his CD for free.
And you remember,
I remember him. I
wow.
remember this guy, and Plies as well. They were passing out their CDs for free. They just and guess what? Most people probably took them CDs and
Threw it away. Toss it out. Yeah.
look at it 25, 30 years later. I say it, and I'm quite sure your entire audience gonna know. Oh yeah, we know those guys.
Oh,
But
yeah.
you don't realize the legwork they put in
Yeah.
to get to where they're at today.
One of the biggest gems that I picked up lately, recently was when you set goals, most people fall short on the goals that they set for themselves because they don't give themselves enough time to achieve it.
Yes.
They set unrealistic time parameters, like 1 or 2 years, and then when it don't happen, they get discouraged. They fall off because of outside factors like people, environment, money, comfortability, and they don't give themselves that to that third or to that fourth or fifth year to actually achieve it. And once they see that they can do it, then they'll scale up, because once you
Right.
achieve your goal, it's all right. What's the next goal after
Right.
that? So that's one thing that people don't put in. Well, they don't have enough endurance to take it the extra
Oh
mile.
yes.
So on that journey, you talked about your brand. It's lifestyle. It's all champion based. So I want to get into the journey on you building up the marketing team, you building the brand in itself. Like, what was your biggest hardships? Like, what was the best moments and what was the worst moments? Because most people don't understand on the journey to success, it's going to be consecutive bad moments, but then it's going to be consecutive winning moments.
Oh, yeah.
Like a champion. To become a champion, you have to lose.
Oh, you have to.
So what was that for you on the journey building those two things?
As far as the journey with, it really started off honestly with, it was a certain year. At this time, it was only me and my partner William Dukes. At that time, we had done started several parties, and this particular year was probably a little harder than most, and in particular, in a certain event. And that event, it didn't do well. It was a yacht party. It was the second one. The one we did earlier in the year was a huge success to the point where we got greedy.
Oh, you should try to just.
And we tried to do a second one. We only do one yacht party a year. This time we tried to do two. And when we did the second one, I was questioning that decision. Like, I don't think we should do this. And, but I'm still support my partner. And it failed, and it failed miserably. And then at that time, I didn't feel like I had a voice in our partnership. So I decided to walk away. So for the entire year of 2015, I kind of took a step back and I was like reevaluating myself. Like, you know what? Maybe I should just focus back on real estate, this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
And it took really almost that entire year. And there were certain things that happened in my personal life that caused me to say at the end of the year, to consider going back with him, because by 6 months into it, he was trying to convince me to get back into it.
Wow.
And I would say by September, October, he tells me that about this event that he think that we should start up, which is a brunch. And
Wow.
obviously I was doubting a brunch. South Florida don't do brunches. That's not what I'll be into.
That's crazy. Not everybody does brunches.
So consider that, 3-4 months into it, and I took the new year and I told him, I said, and I specifically remember saying, listen, if we do the brunch, my only thing is I want to have more of a say-so. I want to have more of a say-so. I want to be, obviously we're a partner, but I want to have more of a say-so. I want to have more of a leadership role in this particular event if you really want me to. And we need to structure it a certain way. And he was cool with that. And within that, I told him the direction on who we should look at, and then we, partnered up with two other guys, Chris and Cash. Unfortunately, Cash has since passed away. But once we teamed up with them, that to me was the pivot.
Gotcha.
That to me was the turning point, because now I'm not even going to talk about the success of the brunch. I'm going to talk about the knowledge I've gained on doing events, and more so on running a business. The knowledge has transferred into me owning my own clothing brand. If it wasn't for the knowledge that I've attained since doing the brunch, I probably would have quit the clothing store by now.
So you started the clothing brand and then you built up. Well, you started the brunch and then you built up the clothing brand.
Yeah, I started the brunch, and the brunch was we started the clothing brand during COVID.
Wow. Most
Yeah.
people have lost their businesses during COVID.
Yes.
So
So you can
yeah,
imagine how many
that says
people told
something.
us, "You guys might be crazy. Like, don't you realize that all these stores are closing? Why would
Yeah.
you open?" I realized because people still gonna need clothes. People gonna still need people. people
Yeah, yeah. You supplied a necessity, and
yeah.
once you boiled down your target audience, and you seem to have a good idea on how to do that because you did it with the brunch. That
Right.
was the first question you pretty much asked. Because that
And
was
the
dope.
brunch was, trust me, it was far from an overnight success. People
Mm.
love what we have going on now. Shout out to everybody who attended brunch yesterday. It was another great day, and we had to actually we was going up against another event yesterday that was really literally across the street. It was a huge event called BRT.
BRT, I never heard of that.
Yeah, but it's a Caribbean event, and they had over like 3,000, 4,000 people. Actually, over 4,000 people,
Wow.
and we still did good for that day. And don't ask me, I never seen these folks in my life, so I was so you know what I look at, like, how can I target this crowd? Because I've
Yeah.
never seen these folks in South Florida, but
And you saw how big they came.
and they came in huge numbers. Not only that, not only did they come in huge numbers, look at the time they came. They came a little bit after my brunch, so these people are willing to party at a later time. If
Yeah.
I get these people to come, I can now extend the hours of my operation. These are the things that I think of when I look at
Mm.
certain things where somebody else is just whatever. I'm like, wow, where can I get these folks from? How can I market to these folks? Let me see who. Let me figure out this page, and those how I think when I'm marketing, when I'm thinking of strategies on how to capture an audience and stuff like that.
So where did you learn to think like that? Because you mentioned you got some knowledge from, that brunch. Was it the people? Because I saw you had a couple big names, pull up to the brunch like Boosie and other people like that. So, but where did you gain the ability to think like that?
It's I'm always been very observant,
Uh,
you know, and social media makes it easy. Believe it or not, it depends on, like you said a little while ago, how you receive it. I can show you an event and you just looking at the beautiful women, whereas me,
mm.
I'm looking at why are everybody wearing the kind of clothing they're wearing.
Here.
Yeah, here, what is it about this event that made everybody come? How did whoever promote to this event? I need to learn that, because I mean, think about it. Something like that. I just told you BRT.
Yeah.
He was not on the radio. He was not on the. He had 4,000 people show up. How did he do that? To me,
He built up
that
a loyal following on based off of
exactly.
that. Yeah.
To me, that's magical. Like what he did, that was magical. So that means now I need to learn that part.
Mm.
So that way I can use that as another asset, another tool, another service provided to said company that wants to work with me. And that's when the research begins.
I like that.
So I'm just always doing research. And when I'm at work. For me, work is my storefront.
Mm.
I'm in the back in the office. I'm looking up stuff. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to put my brand in front of different platforms, utilizing those platforms and stuff like that, and that nature.
That's not bad.
Like you said, it's not an easy thing. So,
It's not. It's not. Because even with the podcast and being a real estate agent, like no matter what you're doing, that's the main focus. How to get in front of these people.
right. I know it's a saturated market when it comes to real estate.
Yeah.
Everybody and their mama has a real estate license, aka you just talk to somebody.
Mhm.
And believe it or not, clothing brand is the exact same way. Everybody now thinks they can be a clothing brand owner.
Yeah.
Everyone can think of it. So for me, there's power in unity. It's okay. I don't want to look for another clothing brand owner. I want to find somebody that just wants to design and don't want to be in the forefront. But if they're doing designs, I mean, they're going to constantly shell out designs for me.
Yeah.
Okay, I need somebody else to do this. That's how I try to structure a team. Find somebody who specializes in something that don't want to, and just plug and play. So that way I could be in a room full of very smart people, and everybody gonna think I'm the smartest person in the room, and in all actuality, it's not the case. I'm just surrounded by smart people.
Yeah. And
You know.
and you are based on who you put yourself around.
Right.
So that's not bad. So based on that, you built up a lot of success in everything that you're doing from the marketing side and from the brand side. Now, I want to ask one question before we transition to the topic, because the topic is what qualifies somebody for success.
Right.
But looking at these two things, would you say like it's worth it at the end of the day?
You said, which two things are we looking at right now?
Just in general, like the
Oh.
life that you have, what you built up, would you say all that work was worth it? Because most people, when they build up certain things for themselves, they're like, yo, it wasn't worth it. They burned bridges. Was it worth it for you?
Absolutely. I think it's 1,000% worth it.
Amen.
And I was in law enforcement, and I retired early.
Wow, you was in law enforcement.
Yeah.
I'm learning,
Yeah.
bro. When was you in law enforcement? Because
During that time from 98 to 2021.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
When I had my license, real estate license, I was still in law enforcement.
I thought you was just doing that and the other jobs that we just briefly talked
Bro, I'm
about.
Haitian, bro. Haitians, come on. When do we ever have only just one job, bro?
Yeah. I had 3 jobs and I was
Yes.
16. A
Thank
student, a
Thank
top
you.
golf, and an athlete.
If I had only one job, my mom would probably kick me out the house. Well, I'm ashamed of you. Get out.
No, that's definitely how it is.
Yeah, so it especially now I look at it, it keeps me going because I tell folks this, and I'm dropping nuggets that for those that wanna know one of the main success behind the brunch is that we don't look at it as a brunch. We look at it as a real person. It sounds crazy, it might be going off there, but we look at it as a real person.
How?
The brunch is almost going on 8 years old.
Okay.
Let's say, I don't know if you have any kids, but you had an 8-year-old niece or nephew.
Yeah.
How would you treat them?
I would be 8 years old. They kind of know a lot of stuff. They kind of know a lot of things. They're not stupid. They're not like younger than that. So I would kind of treat them with respect, but with also in the sense like I still have to coach and mentor them and guide them in the right direction.
Thank you. So you still need to give them a lot of attention.
Yeah.
Right? Exactly. Especially if they were 3 years old. You know, you're happy for the little move. They know how to walk. They know how to talk, whatever. But you still helping mold them. Well, we do the same thing with the brunch. I look at the brunch the exact same way. The brunch is actually my child. So I need to take care of him or her. You know, give it attention. How do you give it attention? I need to make sure they're putting out the right social medias. We post them. I need to make sure we're engaging. I need to make sure people are talking to that page.
Oh, like via DMs or comments?
Of course.
Wow.
And for a long period of time, I was the one that was doing it.
Wow, like was you like reaching out from that page?
Yeah. It's my page.
Amen.
So I reach out to folks. I'll reach out to someone like you and tell you, man, listen, I see what you're doing. Keep up the good work. And if I put that comment on your page, what you think you're going to do?
Look at your page.
You're going to look, who the hell is this? This is Baby Sundays. Wait, what's that? Oh, is that? And I got your attention. That's all I needed. Algorithm is now set. Got you locked. Got that person. I got that person locked. So I do that all the time. Still to this day, I got a script where I'm just commenting on folks. I'm giving the brunch attention that it deserves. I don't look at the brunch as a brunch. The brunch is therapy for a lot of folks. It really is a cultural movement.
Yeah, like an outlet or whatever the case.
It's a cultural movement for a lot of people. You know, when we closed down, we saw the comments. I wish brunch come back. I wish brunch came back. We did a poor job marketing the brunch when we was at Cafe Iguanas. That was one of the spots, the location. We've been in 3 locations. Martini Bar, Cafe Iguanas, and now currently we're at America's Backyard. But though it was highly successful at Cafe Iguanas, we, as a team, as a company, we did a poor job of taking advantage of that. We were so, I guess, just into the party itself that we weren't looking at the future. And what I meant by that is, it's almost like Elon Musk. Elon Musk, what kind of company is Tesla? Everybody say it's a car company, right?
But it's more like a data company.
Very good.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you knew that.
Yes.
I tell folks, it's like, no, he's a data collection agency.
This age that we're in now is all about data.
So
how much people do you have in your circle? How much attention can you draw? So I've gotten
This is going to make so much sense. I'm glad you said that. That told me a lot about you, because a lot of people I talk to, they don't realize it's a data company.
Yeah.
And then all he does is collect data.
Yeah.
And because he has all this data on all types of things, everybody wants that data.
Yeah. And now
Everybody.
social media, now that makes him even more.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Everybody
that's
wants
crazy.
that data.
Yeah.
So when you doing an event that got over 1,000 people that showed up to this event and you walked away, you got 7, 8 phone numbers. Most people will look at that like, yeah, but you had 1,000 people and you did great. No, we did horrible, because there's 1,000 people we could have reached out to that we no longer know where they went. We don't know how to talk to them after this. And they come to your brunch and now they don't even feel like they're important because you didn't tell them thank you. And you'll be amazed just by telling somebody thank you.
Wow. So you grab the numbers there.
Damn
So
right.
you do all that type
So
of stuff. Yeah.
in this particular location, yeah, we've learned that. We've learned through trial and error, the mistakes. Now we know how to reach out to folks.
That's not bad.
Now we know how to talk to people. Now when people come to our brunch, I can't tell you, even yesterday, how many people come to my brunch, will talk to me, and I have no idea who they are. I won't never ever make them feel bad neither. I just go with it and probably, in a subtle way, what's your name again? Good, whatever. I was following you. I saw you when you was live, and I was saying, hey, you sent me an email. Hey, and it's like, those things are, I heard you on the radio. Okay.
Yeah, I love. Okay, I see
Good.
that. It's, the dots is
I
connected.
can't wait to come. I was out of town. I was going through some things I wanted to. Good. So when you say, was it all worth it? Bro, absolutely.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah.
So y'all heard that chasing success is worth it. No matter the ups, no matter the downs, no
Mhm.
matter whatever you get from that journey, it's worth it. So the mindset shift that I want to give people when it comes to, pretty much the topic, what qualifies you for success, is at the end of the day, people want to go for success and want to chase success passively. But at the end of the day, you have to want it. Most people don't want it as bad. And that leads me to like the next 3 points that I want to kind of talk to you about to get your perspective on it. My first point in what qualifies somebody for success is commitment. You have to be commitment, or you have to make a commitment, meaning you're not wavering for any other thing. You're not switching from one job to another, one business to another. You stick to that business and you ride it till the wheels fall off.
Yes.
And even you fix the car and build it back up and you drive
Yes.
it again. So what can you say about making a commitment? Like, how important is making a commitment to whatever you're doing?
You gotta be borderline delusional. I think that's the best way of putting it. You have to be borderline delusional, because there's a lot of people that's not going to believe in what you're doing. I promise you, there's going to be a lot of people that's going to be telling.
Delusional.
So you got to be borderline delusional. Like, hey, listen, I don't care what you say, this is going to work.
Yeah, just like how with the brunch, people are like, yo, what the hell? A brunch in Miami. Nobody's going to do it.
I mean, bro, if I tell you, a couple of the people we reached out to laughed at us, even though they were cool, they were friends, but they laughed at us in our face. Like, bro, brunch? Come on, man, you tripping.
And then it came to the next one.
Nah, I'm not doing that with y'all. Nah, we good. We gonna keep doing our event. You don't want to? All right, cool. Go to somebody else. Nah. But when these two young fellas, they actually was interested.
It's like, huh?
And they were like, hey, we was kind of thinking about doing something different too. And that was one of the things we were thinking of. Oh, you guys were thinking about that too? Yeah, we were thinking about it too.
And it kind of just
And
meshed.
it just meshed.
Yeah.
And you talked about less than a year later, those guys that we entertained, they were at our events looking at what we were doing.
It always boils down to that. I'm not going to lie,
Seeing
no
it.
matter what you're doing. Yeah.
And a month later, they were doing brunches.
Their own brunches.
Yep.
But it wasn't like yours, though.
We'll get more into that part.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Because once they see
We'll
one
get
thing,
more
they
into
want to
that
follow,
part.
but they were never inspired, so they can only just catch up from what they see you do. So, yeah, that's big. So, for me, in terms of making a commitment, from our perspective, how to be committed to something is you have to understand this key phrase or terminology, which is delayed gratification. Most people fall into accelerated gratification, where they act on the current impulses to gain that immediate result. But that delayed gratification is understanding what you have to do what does your commitment look like? Like, I'm committed to, like you said, writing down the plan. I'm committed to, even if I don't know what the plan is, figuring out, all right, people do these events, people do this, people do that. How can I make this that? You're committed to, knowing what you need to know to get into that next step. Most people, they just fall into that accelerated gratification where they're just working, they're just doing things that are easy to get them that check, and then they settle for that.
Right.
So that's the first thing. Now, I want to ask you something else. So, but before I ask this, when you started these brunches, you talked to those two other guys. Did you gain or get any type of guidance in that, or you kind of just winged it and done it on your own? Because you was pretty much the kingpin in that whole operation.
I wouldn't say that. I definitely wouldn't say that. It was actually because of honestly the loss of one of our partners,
Mm.
and we had to really redefine our roles. And as
Really?
we redefined our roles, I probably took more of a leadership role. And that's no knock against my two partners, because I'm telling you, there are things that they do.
Definitely, it's never
There are
to knock
things that
somebody else.
there are things that they do that I can't do.
Mm.
But I know I can help them and assist them in any way they can. And they do that for me as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I still think I'm super blessed when it comes to the
Mm-hmm.
brunch and when it comes to my clothing store and the partners that I have, the partners that I chose. I really always tell folks I didn't choose them. God chose my partners. God chose my partners. Because if I would have chosen, I don't think I would have did a good enough job as he did in choosing the people that I'm rolling with. And that's why I keep my circle small. My circle really can fit at this table.
Really?
Yeah, my circle can fit at this little
Bam,
table.
bam, bam.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can put my brother here, Duke's right there, and Chris right there, right like that. And these are the guys I rock with
Yeah, it's the same.
all day
It's
long.
the
If
same
you don't
for
see me
me.
with these guys, or you don't see me with my three boys, I most likely will be by myself wherever you see me.
It's not bad. It's the
Yeah.
same for me. Like, my main circle is my main guy, Keem, Greenlight, and Zokid, which is the music guy.
Yep.
But everybody is within media and
Yeah.
outreach as far as getting attention. So we kind of synergize with each other.
Definitely.
So that's not bad. So we talked about making a commitment as far as what qualifies you for success. We talked about, I just mentioned gaining guidance, because most people fail to seek guidance, or guidance can come in many forms, whether it's a coach, whether it's a teacher, whether it's whatever the case may be. But sometimes those guidance is somebody who is right there on the same level as you, who are doing something different, or they have their ability is not like your ability, but you guys mesh and you guys guide each other,
Right.
Through the playing field. And the last step, the last one that I want to talk to people about is setting that realistic plan. Because at the end of the day, what qualifies you for success is having a vision at the end of the day. If you said it yourself, if you don't know what you want, you won't even have a direction to go to.
Yes.
So what more can you say about how can somebody set up a realistic plan? Because you set up 2 plans to build up the branch. You set up the plan to build up the brand. So how can somebody set up the right plan or figure out what next step that they need to take?
And that credit, I'm gonna give it the shout out to Candace Hayes. I still remember how I met her. Real good, beautiful soul. She's now a comedian in South Florida. Y'all check her out.
Really?
Yes, at the Improv, one of the masterminds in this community that people that know, tap into her big time. And I remember when I was linked up with her, first conversation she had, she said, "I know what you guys are doing, and I love that." She studied us to the point where when we got on first call, I didn't have to introduce myself. She knew everything about me. She knew everything about my company. She knew what it is. And her question was to me like, "Hey, listen, I don't want to waste your time. I don't want you wasting mine, because time is money. Money is, valuable. So I'm just going to ask you one question. But if you answer it right now, you're going to be wrong."
If you answer right now, you're going to
She said, "If you answer this question right now, you're going to be wrong. I'm going to ask you this question, and you're going to be tempted to answer it." She said, "Are you ready?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "What is it that you want?" And here go me.
That's the same question you ask everybody.
Yeah,
I like that.
That's why I always ask people that question now. That's why I lead off with that question. So here goes me. I'm like, I want financial stability. I want this, and I want to live life. I want to just vacation. She's like, "Good, very good. That sounds very good. Cool. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to get off the phone with you and I'm going to call you back in 2 weeks. And maybe then you can tell me what you want. But until then, um, I just want you to think about that question because the answer you gave me was bullshit. She hung up on me. I was like, well, what did I say? How did I offend her? Did I offend her? And guess what happened for the next 2 weeks?
You just thought about that.
That's the only thing I kept thinking. I was
You
like,
thought
why did
about
she
that.
hung up on me? Like, what did I do to make her hang up on me? But this time when I asked her, when she called me back in 2 weeks, I had a way better answer for her. I understood what I really wanted. I made it real, defined, specific. It wasn't fairy tales and this happy and this. It was like, no, I want the brunch to get to this level. I want to reach out to people in this type of way.
Okay, so
I need folks to understand this. I want to put my imprint on this because right now we're having so many people that's mimicking a brunch. I want them to know the difference between our brunch and those brunches.
Okay.
I want that. She's like, okay, cool. Now we're getting somewhere.
Amen. So it's the same answer now. So
Yes.
because when she, from my perspective, I was thinking of what do I want from myself, and then what do I want in the business. But I like that you said that.
Yes. So just know that. I mean, I don't know what it is that you're doing. Just figure that part out. And it's gonna your answers are constantly gonna evolve. Don't get it twisted. Like you said, I meditate, I pray. And from week to week, my want is different. But there's a want in there. Like you say, it might be something more physical, might be something more emotional attached, relationship based this week. You know, but there's a want. And you know, I try to figure it out. You know, you just gotta you know, ask the Lord for discernment. You know, that's very important.
Amen.
And just go from there.
So so you got to know what you want. You got to boil it down to the specifics of that business. That's what you said, and just ask the Lord for discernment so He can still guide you in that right direction.
Oh yes.
So that's big. That's
Yeah.
big. Now, we talked about a lot of things. We talked about your two brands and what you do. How can somebody reach out to you on the event marketing side and on the F&D side?
Cool. I mean, I got them all like it's like a web. So if you want to reach out to me personally, you can always find me on Instagram, Don P Miami, spelled out DonPmiami. And from there, if you go on my profile, you can find F&D, which is We Are F&D. And the reason we named it We Are F&D instead of F&D clothing per se is because we want folks to feel like they are a part of F&D. You know, if you're looking at F&D and you seeing hardworking, forward-minded thinking individuals,
Yeah.
we want you to feel as though that you're that same person. So
Amen.
we named our page We Are F&D. That means we are all of you. We're us, you're us, we're them.
Okay.
All of that.
I like that. I like that. I
So
never, yeah, I like that.
Yeah, so we all are F&D at the end of the day. And then you can always go on my BB Sundays page, which is BB_Sundays. And that's if you want to just let your hair down, have a good old time. You know, even with that brunch, believe it or not, even depending on the hours that you attend that brunch,
Yeah.
though you'll be in the same location, you'll get a different type of vibe.
Wait, based on the hours, so what are the hours of operation for the
Total
brunch?
11 to 7.
11 to 7.
Yeah.
So 11, so does it close so you can switch the vibes
No.
or?
It's like it segs right into it. So you go there from like 11 to 1, you're really just coming there to consume a lot of great food, enjoy yourself. The vibe is just mellow.
I like that.
You're not, even if you try it to, you're not. We get customers that come in, hey, listen, when you guys going to turn up? Not now. Because after you go up, there's only one place to go after that. Where? Down. So why would I turn up at 11? What happens at 2:30, 3 o'clock? We got 5 more hours. It's a dead brunch. So no, you have to build it up, and we build it up gradually.
I like that.
Sort of just like we were talking about with business. Build it up gradually. But once you got that momentum, you're there. So you go there from like 3 to 5. Now it's a little bit more party vibe. You understand? Now you done. Like I tell folks, I done got you fat and full and drunk. Now I want you burning calories. Get on the table.
It's a workout. It's
dance,
crazy.
Enjoy yourself. You know, having fun. And then the later hours, it's the sunset. So we winding down. So now you're doing a lot of Afro beats, Caribbean music. and stuff of
I
that
s-
nature.
Oh,
Yes.
that's live.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
So it's like different types of vibe depending on different type of the day that you attend this event. And there's food throughout. And the food is constantly being, you know, transitioned, changed throughout the day. So whatever you eating from 11 to 1 is not the same thing you're gonna be eating from 1 to 3.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
not the same thing you're gonna be eating from 3 to 5. It's totally different
Okay.
items. So don't think you're still gonna be if you eat like, you know, red velvet chicken and waffle. Don't think you come there at 5 o'clock and you get red velvet chicken and waffle. No, that
So-
stopped a long time ago.
So what is the food like in between those? So
Oh,
people
you
can
got-
like get a perception, so they can know what to expect and
so
come
we're
there.
remember we're Caribbean based. I'm Haitian descent, so is my partner, one of my partners, and the other one he's honorary Haitian. You know what I'm saying? So we got a lot. I mean, when I say a lot, I'm not even trying to cap. You got Haitian macaroni and cheese, you got Haitian spaghetti, you got rice and beans, jerk chicken, lobster macaroni, lobster. Um,
Rasta pasta.
we had roster pasta, and every week we throw in something. We got what's another thing? Coconut shrimp, curry goat. We got oxtails from time. Yeah, this
All at the same time? Or,
Man, listen,
man,
bro.
you got me at macaroni and cheese. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, red velvet chicken and waffles made to order. So
I'm gonna put the pictures from the event. You need to
man.
send me those pictures so I can put it
Oh,
up
I'll
there
send
so
it
they
to
can
you.
see and
I
be
can
like,
send you-
damn,
you'll
I
be-
need to get
yes,
there.
I'm telling you. And every so often I have my media team tell them, hey, listen, don't just show party, show food.
Oh
I
yeah.
want to keep the integrity of us being a brunch because there are some people out there, we're not saying no names, that do a brunch and they have no food. And I'm looking at them like, why do you even call yourself a brunch?
Dang.
Like, that don't make no sense. But okay, it's none of my business.
It's more like a get together or
Yeah,
whatever
no,
you
just
wanna call it.
that's what South Florida is. South Florida likes, they like the shortcut. You know,
Yeah.
road to success, like you
Yeah,
said.
they don't want that accelerated gratification.
Yeah. So you do this thing and you call it a brunch, and there's 1,000 people here, and they're all having a good time. You know what? I'm gonna go do the same thing down the street and call it a brunch, but I'm not gonna do the food. I'm just gonna call it a brunch, and everybody's gonna go to mine because I call it a brunch. When in all actuality, you could have named it something else because it's definitely not a brunch.
It's not.
But that's okay. Because even if you, in the beginning, we used to get upset. Oh, me and my partners, we was upset when people did brunches. Because we weren't the inventors of brunch, but we realized you're doing that because you're looking at those 3 guys over there that are trendsetters.
Yeah.
So you're trying to mimic what they have. But
that's
see,
really
the
how it
one
is.
thing, I try to tell folks, there's you can do a brunch, but there's 3 things you cannot mimic, no matter what. Even if you tried, even if I gave you money, you can't mimic Dukes, Chris, or Don.
Yeah.
And our personality is filtered through that brunch to the point that we've even actually done this. We left the brunch and went into the office just to see what will happen. Now, mind you, 80% of the folks don't know us. We do that for a long period of time, people will start to leave.
Wow, like when so you interact with everybody.
Yeah, we're always interacting.
Oh, so you're
But
like the
we're-
host of okay.
We're gone for a long period of time and people don't see us, they'll tend to leave. So we always make sure at least one of us is on the floor to entertain. And it's not that we're talking to everybody, it's just that people see us. They see us. They're constantly looking at us. They see us. And I tell them, hey, listen, go out there.
Amen.
Only one of us take a break at a time. Go out there so people can see us. As long as they see us, they have. Okay. I don't know. It's just a mindset thing.
It is. It is. That's
It's
not
just a
bad.
mindset thing.
That's not
So,
bad.
yeah.
So we talked about all that. We talked about what qualifies you for success. We talked about the 3 major points. At the end of the day, it's worth it, and I appreciate the major gems that you dropped. So at the end of the day, my name is Olivier J. Darcy's, helping you do life well. Peace.